so throughout this campaign season. But for those of you that don't know me yet, my name is Jason Ellis, and I'm a practicing attorney right here in Smith County, live in Tyler. In fact, I started my career as an attorney, working for the district attorney's office, working for Matt Bingham over there. And he gave me my first job out of law school, and I practiced my entire legal career right here in our local courts. My wife Andrea is here this evening. She's a family doctor with Mother Francis, so if you know her, I don't know you, because she's not allowed to tell me you're her patient. As I said, I've practiced my whole career here, much of it in our county courts at law. In fact, of my other 3 opponents, I spend more time in the county court of law than any of them. 2 of them are on contract for our county, it keeps them elsewhere, and the other one hasn't practiced criminal law in 25 years. And the county court at law is just that, it's a criminal court. And what I can tell you from my time as a prosecutor and my time in private practice is that that court is our slowest functioning court. And the numbers don't lie. You can pull the numbers from the county clerk, or you can take my word for it, and what you're going to find is that the county court at law doesn't take care of your business. It does spend your money, though. So you need to decide what you want to do about it. And I guess I was naive, because I was surprised to learn as a young prosecutor that, you know, Jason, you don't want to get stuck in the county court of law, because you're not going to get a lot of trial experience. And the prosecutors can do everything they want to do. They can prepare a case, they can be ready. But I think if you talk to your district attorney, he'll tell you, he can't make a case go to trial if the judge isn't ready to go to trial. They can stand up, they can say they're ready, and both sides can say they're ready, and the judge can reset it. I've had many clients ask me, well, I took time off of work. I thought we were going to have our day in court today. And they say, can he do that? And I said, well, he's the judge. You bet he can do that. And so I don't like it. I said, well, then you better vote differently next time. So folks, that's what I did. I decided someone needed to do something about it. So I did something that you don't see a whole lot in Smith County anymore. I challenged a sitting judge. And he decided to work hard for about 2.5 to 3 weeks, and then he decided to retire. All right? For a moment there, I was the only one in the race. All right? And then wouldn't you know it, 2 friends of mine who I like decided to hop in the race with me. And I like these guys, but what I'll tell you about them is that though they're my friends, I spoke with them before I entered this race, because it's no secret amongst lawyers that they have long thought about being judge. And they both told me the same thing. They said, Jason, I don't want that fight. I don't want to challenge an incumbent. And they told me something else. They told me, well, he just needs one more term, the judge. He just needs. Well, folks, I guess I have a different view of public service. I don't think it's about our opportunity to serve them with our tax dollars. I think it's their opportunity, if they wish, to serve us. And if that's not your view of public office, then you probably shouldn't run for it. And I have another opponent. I didn't bother asking him if he was going to run for judge, because I didn't know he had any idea he was going to do it. I didn't know he was a Republican. I don't think he knew that either at that time. Because he's a lifelong Democrat who spent his whole life contributing to Democrats with his votes and with his money. That's documented. You see, and that's where we disagree. You see, that is one of the big differences between conservatives and liberals. Conservatives hold fast to a set of principles, don't we? But for liberals, you know, principles aren't as important if they can get where they want to go. You know, I think we see at the federal level, it doesn't really matter what law you pass for health care. You're just going to enforce whatever they want. They're going to do whatever they want. I guess the rule of law doesn't apply to them. Well, folks, I'm going to tell you that who you elect to your local races for judge, it absolutely matters what they believe. It absolutely matters. You had a justice from the Supreme Court speak to you, and he's right. You've got to follow the law. But I think what you're going to find is that who you are and what you believe is going to determine how you interpret the law. Are you a conservative? Do you read the Constitution the way I read the Bible? Meaning, when I read it, I take it for what it says. And if I'm not certain, I ask myself, or I ask my pastor, you know, what did the writer mean when he wrote that? And I think that's how we should read our Constitution. Doesn't it mean what it says? Isn't that what it means? Isn't it pretty simple? And if we have to ask questions, maybe we need to ask what the framers meant when they wrote it. But you see, liberals they're okay twisting the Constitution. It's a living document. It's a squishier document for them. They can make it what they want it to be. So who you elect for judge is entirely about values. I've been saying from day one who I am. I haven't hidden behind signs saying I'm something I'm not, like my opponent who's a longtime Democrat. I've told you up front, I'm a conservative, I'm a Christian, I'm a constitutional conservative. And I think if you haven't already tested me on the issues, what you'll find is that I share your values.